Grace Kitchens presents Creative Cooking, highlighting popular dishes that are part of our traditional Jamaican culture. Here now is today's host.
Hello, welcome to the Creative Cooking Show, coming to you today from Seville Heritage Park in St. Anne. I am at this historic water wheel with Audene Brooks, senior archaeologist, and Dr. Robyn Woodward, a visiting archaeologist. Ladies, welcome to Creative Cooking.
Thank you.
And also thanks for hosting us here at Seville.
Thank you.
I'll start with Audene. Tell us about Seville.
Well, Seville Heritage Park, as we like to say, is where it all began, the Jamaican culture. Here we had the four cultures represented on the property. First, the Taino, then the Spanish, the English, and the Africans.
Tell us about some of the activities here at Seville Heritage Park.
At Seville Heritage Park, we have tours. We have a big celebration here for emancipation. On July 31st, going in all night into the 1st of August.
I must speak with Dr. Woodward.
I came here originally in 1981 as a graduate student to work on a project trying to find Christopher Columbus's ships that he abandoned in the bay in 1503, and have been sort of hooked ever since. They can't get rid of me. I keep coming back to work for the Jamaican National Heritage Trust. But I've been studying the Spanish archaeology down below, and especially the water technology, the hydraulic use of mills here in Jamaica. And we have a wonderful example behind us. This is one of the earliest cast iron water wheels on the island of Jamaica. It was built by the Hemmings family, this particular mill, in the early 19th century.
Ladies, I must thank you for speaking with us today.
Thank you.
And today we're taking you back to a great Jamaican favorite, made the old-fashioned way. We'll meet Edgar Wallace, who is king of the Sweet Potato Pone. Welcome to Creative Cooking, Mr. Wallace.
Blessed love.
Blessed. It's good for you to be here with us today.
Thank you.
Now, I hear you run a real big sweet potato pone business. Tell us about that.
Well, yes, we do. We try to stay with the original style where you have hella top and hella bottom.
Hallelujah in the middle.
Hallelujah in the middle, yes. And
Grandmother style.
Grandmother style. We don't stay away from the old traditional style. Last week, a customer came to me and asked me to bake a pudding for him. He's going to Miami. And he told me that, you know, his wife told him if he forget the pudding, she's going to check his suitcase
at the
when
airport.
he came at the airport. And if the pudding is not in it, he's going right back on the next flight.
Wow.
So they love our pudding all over the island.
Mr. Wallace, I'm going to leave you now to take us through the steps in making this rather mouth-watering recipe.
We have the water here, which we have our coconut grace milk powder. We pour the water in. We usually have about 3/4 cup of this jug of water. And this is our sugar that we add into the mixture. This is our vanilla that we also throw into the mixture. This is our salt, and this is our spices, our nutmeg. We put a little bit more seasoning in here. All right, now this is our wine that we also pour in to make our pudding. All right, after you have everything in here now, you mix this. Mix up this batter. All right, now we're going to use the sweet potato in the bowl here. We put it in first, and then we put some flour, about this much in here. And then we also put our cornmeal, a little cornmeal in there, not too much, because the cornmeal will make it real dry, so you don't want. And the raisin is up to you. If you want a lot of raisins, a little raisins, you know, it's up to you. It's a lot of raisins for this type of pudding. And we also have the yam, okay? The yam now, you have to be very careful with the yam because it will make it too stiff. So you don't put too much yam in there. We just put a little bit of yam in here. And this here now, you kind of mix it up a little bit before you throw the water in there. And you pour probably about a half of this, or a little bit more than a half, in there. Then you start mixing your pudding. Okay? And you mix up all of the ingredients in there. And you mix it, and when you mix it, it's got to come to a smooth whip. As you can see, we almost finished. This almost seems as if there was a perfect mixture. And you pour it out. And you continue to keep mixing. At this time while I'm mixing, I put my pot on the fire. The reason for that is I needed to get a little bit warm so I could grease the bottom. Once you grease your pot, nothing sticks. And the next thing is you work with your foil paper. Do you know in the early days, we used to juke the pudding out the pot. Now, we don't do that anymore. We have a style like this, okay? When we put the foil paper in the pot like this, when the pudding is baked, at our shop, one man stay at this end, the other man stay at the other end. We just ease up the two ends and lift up the two foil paper and take the pudding out the plate. So this is another thing. If you don't grease this, it'll stick on the bottom of the pudding and you can't get it off. Now we're ready to pour. You pour it in the pot like this, and you make sure you scrape out everything like this. This is the cover that goes onto the pot. Now here the secret with making our pudding. The key is this. You can't put too much fire on the bottom, because if you put too much fire on the bottom, you won't get any pudding. It will all burn up. Okay? So you put most of the fire on the top. Just a little bit of fire on the bottom, depending on the coal, especially if it's pimento coal. Right now, this pot is ready to go on the fire. You put it on like this. Okay, now, what we do now is add coal to the fire. And this pudding here takes approximately 1 hour and a half. And that is our old original style Jamaican pudding.
Mr. Wallace.
Thank you.
Indeed, you are king of the sweet potato pone.
Thank you, thank you.
You made one for us.
Yes, I sure did.
Tell us about this one.
Okay, well, this is when we make it our shop now. This is what we try to make it. We try to stay kind of close to the American type way, like. You know, they usually say eye appealing is by appealing.
Yes.
So we try to make it look good, taste good, you know, cleanliness, everything goes behind.
So you have garnished using
Yes,
some
we
lime,
use lime. We use a little bit of lime.
some lime curls,
right,
and some cherries.
Cherries and stuff like that for decoration. Yes.
Mr. Wallace,
Yes.
I must thank you for coming and sharing this great idea with us.
You're more than welcome.
And indeed, we will come again.
Okay.
That's our sweet potato pone, made the old-fashioned way. The recipe you just saw used a number of spices. And the mailbox question asks, what is the difference between herbs and spices? Now, herbs are the leafy portions of the plant, and the spices, they come from the fruit, the seeds, the berries, or the bark. Now, a good example of a spice from the bark is like your old cinnamon sticks. Here I have some herbs to show you. We have thyme and we have parsley. We also have scallion and many others. We also have our spices. We have like the cinnamon stick, we have pimento, and today I'm here to show you some nutmegs. If you'd like more information, feel free to call us at Grace Kitchens. And that's it for today's show. Hope you'll enjoy trying the sweet potato pone recipe. Till next time, thanks for watching.
Grace Kitchens invites you to watch Creative Cooking. This Creative Cooking series features traditional Jamaican dishes that are part of our Jamaican culture. And we invite you to join us every Monday morning at 7:35 on Smile Jamaica It's Morning Time for Creative Cooking.